Now for the don'ts. Dun dun dun! These are especially important, so break out your notepads and pay attention, peeps. Don't do what everyone else and their grandma does. And by this, I mean don't fill your work with 10,000 cliches. Like in the Yu-Gi-Oh fandom, for example. Please stop making Yami Bakura abuse Ryo for no good reason, Ryo being the essential jackal to his hide, for those of you who don't know. It's been done a gazillion times, and no one wants to read about it anymore. Bakura was involved in some self-abuse in the manga as part of a plot with another bad guy named Merrick, but overall, it was proven later he's more concerned with protecting Ryo as his host body, not raping the hell out of him. Which, at the same time, should be impossible, but for some reason isn't in these fics. The same thing goes for Merrick and Yami Merrick. They hate each other, okay? At least give them a love-hate relationship. Try something different for a change. Don't just do what everyone else has done. And I'm retouching on this one now. Don't kill off the female characters that you don't like from the get-go in unbelievable ways or make them supremely out of character. I don't care how much you hate them. These characters are not yours, and unless the fic is purposely non-canon, you should not write them completely out of character. You should at least give it a shot at being in character. Kairi is not some prudish bitch. Kikyo is not a harmless flower in priestess clothing. Aerith isn't a snot-nosed brat, and my Valentine isn't a slut. I know she dresses questionably and flirts a lot, but she has pride in her own self-confidence, so keep it that way. If you hate the female characters so much, then make it so all the girls go away on vacation while the guys have secret orgies while they're gone or something if you must. But you know what? I'm really tired of the whole female is a bitch / prude thing, and Uke can't get it from her, so he screws around with the seme instead. That plot is so old it makes Stonehenge look like modern art, okay? Just don't do it anymore. Don't mix the Japanese language with English if you are not even half fluent in the language. Just because you remember a few lines from a Japanese version of your favorite anime, it does not mean you can speak Japanese. And don't give me that, but it's how I learned, bullcrap. You're not learning anything but how to write lousy fanfiction when you write crap like this. See what I mean? Seriously, what the hell is that? Not only is Japanglish a crime against human ears and eyes to begin with, Sora in Japanese refers to Riku as the informal omae, not anata. Anata is used more frequently with girls, and onegai is often not used in the middle of sentences. If anything, the Japanese say onegai shimasu at the end of whatever they say. Take it from someone who took the language for 3 years. If you really do love the language and have some respect for it, then try to learn it fluently and not just a few words that you think sound cool. You seem to forget some of your readers think they'll be reading English dialogue in an English fanfiction. If you want to learn Japanese, take a class or use the connection you have to the net already and download a program to learn it. I suggest the Rosetta program. But you are not doing your readers any favors by using Japanglish, and some of you even forget to cite or translate what Japanese it is that your readers are reading. So, leave the Japanese out, especially if your characters are in a non-Japanese setting, or it won't make any sense. When you make your characters refer to each other as the Shomaru-sama or Rin-chan, for example, that's not a gigantic deal, because they still do that in some English dubs for the hell of it. But don't make them jump back and forth between using English and Japanese, especially if you aren't fluent in a language and aren't 100% sure if what you're writing is correct in meaning or use. It's very distracting and insulting to the language overall. And by the way, this doesn't apply to standard Japanese weapons, such as kunai or shuriken, so yeah, you can still use those. Do not write mpreg. If you must, then please write a good plot where the guy changes into a girl for a damn good reason. The reason I say don't write it period, honestly, is because, for one thing, most of it is out-of-character bullcrap. I mean, making a non-gay character gay is hard enough, but turning them into a pregnant woman is a whole other matter. And can I ask what the hell is wrong with adoption? As smart yaoi fangirl Snapped Chopstick once said in her open letter, quote, "You're just writing it because you think that your adorable couple needs a baby to cement their relationship, and babies just have to come from the innards of one of them or it just doesn't count," unquote. And she's right, it's just stupid. Men don't even have the equipment to carry babies. That's a woman's only department. And if you're so insistent on giving them said equipment, to make it a passable fic to me, it'd have to be an epic journey to find a magic something or other that can make a male female, or it would have to involve a series of painful surgeries or something. But since most of these writers don't have the time or desire to actually do that, they shorten the fic by finding some insta-cliche way to make a guy a girl, and boom, the he-she is pregnant with his once gay lover's baby. The entire expression mpreg is a paradox in itself because males cannot get pregnant. Then it's no longer yaoi, it's het. So, what the hell? I myself would enjoy reading a genuinely good yaoi fanfiction where they end up adopting a kid or two. I mean, why can't we have some fics like that? I suggest leaving the entire genre to die in the dirt or just start putting some real effort into writing it, because I'm sure as hell not wasting any time reading it if, there's not even one good review on it that's believable. Do not finish a fanfic if you start out with a good idea and then let it lapse into oblivion. By this, I mean don't start writing a Sora Naminé fanfiction, where Naminé is suddenly a separate person from Kairi, and it starts off with a good plot about her being a princess of souls as opposed to Kairi being a princess of heart, and then ruin it with some stupid overused continuation where Kairi dies, Riku is gay and trying to steal Sora from Naminé, he nearly rapes Naminé out of jealousy, ends up in jail, and then Sora and Riku become prison love letter mates, Naminé kills herself upon the discovery, and then cap it off with a wedding. Trust me, I've seen scarier fanfiction than this, but this is about as scary as you can get anyway. Don't do what everyone else does again, don't get lazy, and if you're not satisfied with your own work, what the hell makes you think anyone else will be? Leave it off fanfiction.net and work on it when you have the time, desire, and determination to do it right and to do it well. Do not post up your work without spell checking or at least having one other person have a peek at it first. Again, contrary to popular belief, some of us actually care about being able to read what you type and don't appreciate the migraine we receive upon trying to decipher your text-speak written work. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Tara Gillespie. And leave the emoticons or little smiley faces and whatever out of the fics too. That just shows you're not taking your work seriously, and it makes it look especially amateur.